Hello and welcome to another episode of Top Deck, the series where we take a look at some of the leading TCG deck lists. This time we have Alex Feraday coming on again, taking second place, undefeated, at the Newcastle Manaflux Regional. So we ended up second place on tiebreakers, but equal score with first place, playing Trickstar again. So really good list, once again very similar to the previous list. We'll run through the deck itself, go over the rounds and the siding strategy, and then we'll bring on Alex to chat about the deck. So we kick things off with triple Ash, triple Droll, a triple Candina, one Lilybell, triple Licorice, triple Cyclone, double Desires, one Raigeki, a triple Scapegoat, triple Terraforming, triple Light Stage, triple Reincarnation, triple Strike, triple Torrential, double Storming. Last time this was Blazing Mirror Force, filling up these two slots, and one Judgment. For the extra, we have a Break Sword, double Link Spider, a Mrs. Radiant, Proxy, Holy Angel, Ib, Ningetsu, Borrowload, Firewall, Electromite, Isolde, Helix, Hextia, and ABC. These guys all being the Cherries targets, of course. So nothing for Invoked in here. For the side deck, triple Cherries, triple Ghost Ogre. I know he said he was missing these when he played the deck last time. Then one Gamma Seal and one Kumungus, one Dark Hole, triple Evenly Matched, and triple Dimensional Barrier. So this list is fairly similar to the previous list. If you're interested in taking a look, then I'll put up a card, or if I don't remember, then feel free to just head over onto the channel, search for Alex, and then you'll find his other list come up. So for the rounds, well actually we'll go through the siding strategy first. So versus True Draco. Going first, he's putting in the Ghost Ogres to hit diagrams, taking out the strikes because they don't really do anything against the deck. Especially, remember this event was during Masterpiece format. Going second, he, again putting in the Ghost Ogres, playing the Kaiju, going second, as well as the Dark Hole and Evenly Matched. You kind of expect your opponent to be making a monster trap immune Masterpiece, so having the Dark Hole there is a good option for it. And then taking out a lot of stuff that's only really good going first, so Scapegoats, Terraforming, Strikes, Mirror Forces, and Judgment. For Pendulum Magician, so you have to be able to out the Electromite, so playing the Ghost Reapers here. Dimensional Barrier as well, going first. Stunning them out of a turn can potentially just win you the game from there if you build up enough advantage. For going second, putting in the Cherries and the Ghost Ogres, you can pop the Electromite and then you can tend to plus off enough from there. Taking out the Cyclones, because once they've established their board, you don't really need to worry about removing their scales so much. If you just out their board after that, you can probably win. And then taking out Scapegoats and Judgment as well, because they just don't really do anything when you go second. Against 60 card, no changes going first. For going second, putting in Ghost Ogres, Dark Hole, and Evenly, so helping you to push through their board there. Taking out Cyclones, which obviously don't really do much, although you can have them going first to hit the Brilliant Fusion, stuff like that. And then playing Scapegoats, Terraforming, and Judgment. Another interesting thing is your opponent might try to sort of, this was an event when grass was legal, so your opponent might set their grass before starting to resolve things. So then if they do that, because obviously they're anticipating that you'll reincarnation them, if they do that, then you can kind of anticipate that one of the set cards is the grass, and then you can hit it with a Cyclone, so keeping them in going first there. For against Mech Knight Invoked, so going first, putting in the D-barriers to stun them out of the game, taking out the Cyclones there. Going second, got the Ghost Ogres to deal with things like the effect of Macabre when it activates, and you got the Kaiju to deal with the big monsters and just taking out spell trap removal, that kind of thing. And Scapegoats as well for going second. Against Trickstars, no changes going first. Going second, putting in the board wipes, so you end up with five board wipes that you can play as soon as you start turn 2 with the Evenly Dark Hole and Raigeki, taking out the Scapegoat and the strikes there. For Gookie, I believe this list is the same as what he's got for Spiral, so both Nightmare decks, putting in the Cherries going first, taking out the Cyclones because they don't really do much, going second, putting in a ton of hand traps and the board wipes, and then taking out the things that don't really do anything going second, so the Cyclones, which just are poor in the matchup, and then all the like really heavy traps that don't really get you very far beyond the first turn. And then I think it's exactly the same for spirals. Let me just double. Yeah, everything's the same for spirals as well. 2 nightmare decks that just wombo combo, and then you need to be able to deal with them pretty much the same way. For against Altergeist, no changes going first. For going second, putting in those cherries to deal with the Hextia, because sometimes you just really need your spell or your trap in order to out their board. And then putting in the board wipes as well, because you resolve evenly matched against a full Altergeist board, and you basically win from there. So that's it for the siding strategy. For the rounds that you played, round 1 he went up against True Draco and 2-0'd them. Round 2, another True Draco and 2-0'd them. Round 3, another True Draco and 2-0'd them. And round 4, a final True Draco and 2-1'd them. It's a really strong record against True Draco, especially given that last time when he played the deck he said it was his hardest matchup. So yeah, going 4-0 against all of the Dracos, that's really strong. Round 5 against Mech Knight Invoke, 2-0'ing them there. And then round 6 against Gookie, taking a draw, so no matches lost here in the event, just that one draw at the end. Alright, so with that all done and said, let's bring on Alex to have a chat about the deck. Hi Alex, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Congratulations on getting another top at, what was this? This was the Manaflux Regional, right?
Thank you. Yeah, it was Newcastle under Lyme, I think.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and you took, well, I mean, officially it's second place, but you are undefeated and on the same score as the person in first place, so I think we should just call it first place, basically.
I wish. Yeah, my friend who got first place, he completely slayed it on Saturday, it was great, but unfortunately just to lose out, but I'm not bothered, really. You know, someone offered me second before the day with a bit in their hand off. Yeah.
I mean, you still get all of the accolades, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we still both get the mat, get the deck box, so yeah, still great. And undefeated is, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, exactly. That's really impressive as well. So you won every match but your final one, which was the draw, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, cool. So what I'll do is, usual style, I'll just go through the questions that I've got here for you.
Okie dokie.
So first of all, how did you find the event overall?
Yeah, it was a really chill event. The organisers were really friendly. There was plenty of space. Chairs were really good, which makes a change because they're usually all for these kind of things. Yeah, I mean, I was pretty chilled out all day. They had couches as well, so when you weren't dueling, you could just kind of lay on the couch and.
Oh, that's really good.
Like chatty friends have also finished. Yeah, it was really good. And we had an hour break after round 2 for lunch. So yeah, it was really
sounds
well
like
run.
It's really well run for a regional.
It was really good. They even had like a coffee shop bit next to where the event was going on. So it was like it was all in the same store. So yeah, it was really cool.
That's really nice. So during the event, you played against a lot of True Draco decks. Were you expecting True Draco as the meta there, or was it a surprise for you?
I think that after a lot of people saw the list and saw Muskies was going out, they're probably thinking, well, boys, one last chance to get that top in before peace finally dies. So I thought everybody was kind of just kind of jumped on that bandwagon. But yeah, I think it was the most represented deck there, and to be honest, I didn't know if it was like going to be before the event, but I mean, I changed my side to kind of have a better matchup against it because that was like the only thing I struggled with at Gillingham. So I thought, well, might as well prepare for my worst matchup a bit better than last time.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you did say it was your worst last time, but this time you won every single match against it. So
I don't even know how. Like, it was the question I got asked all day. Like, how did you do it? And I was like, I honestly can't tell you. I think it's just Droll helps so much in that matchup. Like, if you Droll terraforming or something, they're just kind of stuck. It's very hard to play on for that. Other than I don't know, summon a piece if they just happen to have it. But Droll just helps so much. And yeah, I mean, Trench, although it's not good on piece, it's still good on like the other things. If they ever extend and like have a Water and summon something else and you Trench with them, you're still getting rid of the board. So it's pretty good. I mean, piece is still like the only real thing that's really annoying to get rid of. But.
Well, all these people probably went, Masterpiece is around for this one event. It's basically a free top because True Draco is so good. And they went in and you were just like, well, I'm playing Trickstar and it's still going to beat you.
I think I've just played against True Draco so many times because got a friend at locals that plays it. I was just used to it, but I was like, yeah, summon your piece. I don't care. It doesn't scare me anymore. Like, I just I judgment to the piece during the event as well. That was quite satisfying.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you really Dawson in front of you, can't you? I mean, once I kept getting more of them, I was like, oh well, here we go again, and then I just kept beating them. I was like, oh well, might as well keep going then.
Yeah. Just rinse and repeat.
Pretty much. My friend wasn't impressed when I beat him round 2. He was like, no, this is a matchup I should definitely be winning. I'm like, you're right,
Yeah.
but I can't even... Yeah.
Huh, interesting. You lost. Oh no.
Worse of the effect, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, he's not gonna be happy. Oh well. Sorry, Chris, if you're listening.
So, for changes that you've made to the list since last time when you came on, there's actually only the 2 cards from the main deck which have actually been changed. So that's the Storming Mirror Forces, which are in now, for the Burning Mirror Forces last time.
Yeah.
So why did you decide to change this? Because last time you were saying that Burning was really good.
Oh yeah, I absolutely loved Blazing last time, but the thing is, that's the format's changed now that we've got Nightmares and Gookies and Spirals are putting out their wombo combo boards. Blazing's not as good because I think they have that one, I think it's Cerberus, that protects them from being destroyed by card effects once per turn. So if
well, I think it's not even once per turn, I think it's just if they're co-linked.
Something like that, but I wouldn't want to flip Blazing and be like, oh, they're all still alive. Well, that's not good. So it's like, I want something that's just going to be able to hit everything. That's always going to be live. Because I did consider Drowning before. Now I don't really want to waste like a reincarnation bringing back my Licorice when I can just get rid of all their stuff, return it to hand, and burn them for Licorice damage in the process if they're like, just effect monsters. And if it's like a Goki board, then it all just goes away. So it's worked out pretty well. I only activated it a few times. I mean, at Gillingham I saw Blazing loads, but I only saw Storming a few times. But it was always good.
Sure. Okay. So moving on to the extra deck then. So this has changed up a little bit more. You've so the main thing that I think you've changed is you've gone with some different Cherries targets. Because obviously Altergeist and Gookie are a thing now.
And I'd love to tell you that it was an absolutely amazing choice, but I still haven't seen Cherries in any of the games I've played it in. So, so it's still
one day.
It's still all like theory based. But I mean, I went with Electromine is obvious. There's All Day for Gookie, Helix for Spiral, Hextron Agency. Yeah. I mean, if I answer, I probably would have changed Texia for Mechaba, maybe? I don't know, maybe I would have done Mechaba somewhere else, but I don't know, it just seemed like something good to throw in.
Yeah. Hextria is a bit of an oddball because, like, depending on what deck you're playing, if them hitting one of your spells is a big deal, then you definitely want to get rid of it. But then there are quite a few decks where you can just sort of play through it.
Yeah, I mean, my thinking is I'm playing a load of traps and I don't really want those to get negated, but it's hard. I haven't really tested much against Autogeist with Trickstar, and I've got the Cyclones in the main anyway, so it's useful, but it's something I probably need to test more with Cherries and whatever.
Yeah, I think the matchup's pretty interesting, especially with the interaction with Light Stage on a bunch of their sets, because it kind of forces them to reveal what they have going for them fairly early on.
Yeah, I mean, I do that a lot of Light Stage. I activate one, bait out a back, see what it is, and be like, okay, and search out another Light Stage and use it on another one and so on, and then Cosmic the last one if it's, I know what the others are and now I can play through them, so.
Yeah, it's kind of like getting that knowledge is really, really useful, I think.
Oh yeah, knowledge is definitely power in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. We all saw what Spirals did.
Quite.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's. I mean, the rest of the extra is quite similar to what you ran last time. So which was there anything in the extra that you think you didn't really need, or did it mostly come up?
I mean, I've still never summoned Holy Angel at a competitive event, but I know if I didn't play it, there'd be a situation where it would come up and I'd be like, oh, should have played it. But anything else, I mean, even Ningirisi was good, it just didn't come up. It came up a couple of times at Gillingham, so... Breaksword was still amazing, as it always is. Misses Link into Borrowload, still good. Still haven't Lily Bell looped anybody, which is sad, but one day. Proxy Dragon... And this is an interesting one. I summoned it once in game 2 of my last round. Basically, the situation was that he had a board. He played through my back row, and all I had left was Scapegoat, which I had to activate once he was going to pop up a Phoenix. I thought, oh well, might as well chain it. And I think at the end of his turn, I was left with 2 goats on board, and I drew into evenly. So I was like, right, I need to get rid of these goats. So I've made Proxy Dragon, and I attacked into, I think it was like Nightmare Unicorn or something. And I was like, oh, I see what you're doing. You got an honest, haven't you? And so I was like, okay, so Proxy dies, and he was like, what? And I go, okay, end the battle phase evenly. He was like, oh, for God's sake. So no, I still didn't win that game because didn't open any like starter cards. But it was, I was still proud of that play. But it was a shame I didn't get it further. But.
Nice, making him think you had the honest as well.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely forgot that Proxy was a light, to be honest. I was like, huh? I was like, oh, yeah, definitely an honest, yeah.
So move on to the side deck, I guess, then. So you have got a few changes on this since last time. I mean, obviously you said the Ghost Reapers, you never saw them. You've brought in Ghost Ogre, which last time you mentioned... last time when he came on, you mentioned that you would have really liked it, especially in the Draco matchup.
Oh, definitely. I'm so glad I put these in the side. I think it might have been Luke and Joe really recommended Ghost Ogres in the side, and it helped so much for the 2 Draco matchup. That might be why I did so well against them on Saturday. And one of the rounds, the guy made a spell trap on me in peace, and I Ghost Ogered it. So that was like a winning moment, and it just came up quite a lot. It came up against. I think it even came up against Gookie, and that's when I Gookie I Ghost Ogered the Isolde, and that led on to the position where I thought I'd cleared everything before the skill charge. But it was good. It was good for quite a lot of things. I'm glad I played it. Still can't really make room for it in the main, or at least I feel like I can't with this build. But it was pretty good. Yeah.
So Kaiju, I think these are the same ones you ran last time.
Yeah, Kaiju a few masterpieces, that was quite funny. Even leave them for 4 and then Kaiju the piece, it felt good. It always sucks when you can't get over your own Kaiju though, because all your monsters are hella weak.
Just too weak. Then you don't have the field spells that you went with last time, which were, I guess, a bit spicier. So how come you decided not to run the, Zombie World and Necro Valley?
I mean, I liked them before because that was before we had the Nightmare stuff come up. I think the format's really expanded now, and I think that there's way too many decks to rely on those matchups to come up. I think the likelihood that you're going to play Draco and Sworn and they're both going to be useful is unlikely. I'd rather prepare, have a more generic side for a wider range of things. That's why I didn't go over it this time. But yeah, I mean they were good. They were good at ginning him. Well, the theory was good, but I just think they're not really doing much against break my board deck. So
yeah, sure.
Pretty much it.
Okay, yeah, all right. And then I don't think he had a Raigeki. A Dark Hole in the side deck last time. So siding, you get to put in 5 board wipes. Was that the aim, that you just have so much removal then? Yeah,
I mean, because I struggled so much with True Draco last time, I kind of missed the Dark Hole, and I just think I wanted just more generic removal for going second. I never drew it, but I mean, I think it would have been good if it come up. I saw Raigeki plenty of times when I needed it, so that could have been Dark Hole, and it would have had the same result in those situations. So yeah, I think it was a good addition, even though I didn't see it.
Yeah, okay. I think you kind of expect, I mean, this was an event where Masterpiece was legal. You kind of expect your opponent to make it sort of trap monster immune, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. So, it always helps for that. And I just wanted more, just more Masterpiece outs than I did last time. I think I didn't go over enough options for it last time, so I made sure I did for this event.
Okay, sure. So the rest of the slide deck is the same then. Evenlies and Dimensional Barriers. Were these all good for you? Yeah,
I mean, Evenly was probably the best card on the day. I savaged so many True Draco players with it. Evenly for 4 several times. I think I double Evenly 2 players in the same game. That was quite funny. I did insult to injury against my friend round 2. I did even lead him for 4. I got him down to 2 cards, and there was another battle phase. He ran over my Licorice with an Iwato, and he had Apocalypse. So I just thought, oh well, I'm going to kill the next turn anyway. I'll just do it for the lulz. I flipped evenly, and I think he had to get rid of I think he got rid of the Iwato. I'm just doing it because I can now. And then
you just knew he's not coming back from it.
Pretty much. I mean, I even lead. The only game I lost to True Draco is I even lead them twice and still lost. I was like, oh, for God's sake, not seeing monsters. Deep Barrier only came up once against Invoke Mech Knight, 'cause I figured it was going to make me go first game 2, so I started it in, flipped it on the invocation, and yeah, happy days. So that came good for me.
Yeah, that's game right there.
Pretty much, yeah.
Cool. Okay, so following the event then, are there any changes that you think you'd make to the deck, or are you not sure yet?
Not sure at the moment, to be honest. Going forward, I'm not sure if Mirror Force and Torrential are going to be good, because it's not amazing. It's Brandish, and I can see Break My Board decks being more prevalent. So I think Stormy might still be good, but I'm not too sure about how much Torrential is going to do. It depends. It all depends on how the format shapes up, but I'm not sure as of now what changes I would make. I mean, I think Droll's still going to be good, because I think True Draker will still be a thing in some way, because they got Dynamite back, and Droll probably, I think it helps against Brandish a bit, which helps against Gookie. Difficult to say, but we'll have to see. I don't know if I'll keep trying to play it, or maybe throw Brandish into it. Who knows? I think Brandish will go into everything once it comes out, but we'll see.
Yeah. I like having searchable outs to pretty much everything is kind of a nice engine to be able to work with.
Definitely. I mean, once Trickstar gets is it Carabane? There's like searchable honest. Then it might be a bit more like interesting. Then I think I'll have to move away from the trap heavy build if I did play this again. I think that's the way it might be shaping up to be, but I don't know. Who knows? I think I'd like to keep Stormy if I could.
Yeah, it's a nice card. Just depends how it tests, I guess.
Yeah, just have to see how it goes, really. I just it won't be that good against Brandish. That's the thing. I can see that being the most. Well, either that or Gookie being the most represented deck, but who knows what we'll be in like a month's time. So
yeah, exactly. Just have to keep paying attention to the top to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. I probably will play Impermanences going forward. I couldn't find room for them at the event, but I probably will find a way to put them in the main or side, because I think they'll be really good against like wombo combo decks and such. So I was handing them to my friend who came, my friend Joe, who came third with Mech Knight Invite. So he got good use out of them.
That's good. Yeah. Cool. So in which case, are there any shout-outs that you want to make?
So I'd like to give shout-outs to Luke, who won the regional, Joe, who came third, Carl, who came sixth, and we were all representing Team Shift on the day, so we really brought it home for those guys. So
yeah, definitely.
Shout-outs to Manaflux, who were hosting the regional. They're actually our sponsors as well, so thanks for running such a great event, and looking forward to going there again. Shout-outs to everybody who sent me cards and helped me test for the event. Shout-outs to Carl for driving us there. Shout-outs to my locals, the CDA in Huntingdon, for always being supportive and giving me like crazy deck ideas to try out and such. I'm sorry, Spike, but Reload is still a bad card.
One day it'll be good. You'll see. The meta will change.
So much hate for this. And I think that's everyone. And thank you again, Joe, for having me on your channel. I always enjoy being on here.
Well, always happy to have you, especially when you keep bringing in these like really successful tops.
I don't even know how, like, to take matchups in a row. I have no idea. Oh, dude.
Mad skills.
Definitely. Flipping an scapegoat on end phase, it's hard. It cramps your hand.
It takes a lot of thought and preparation and practice.
Definitely, there's an art form to it. I mean, I swapped out my commons for Magic card super rares from like Joey's starter deck as well, so that really helps.
Get to blind your opponent by reflecting light off it as you.
Definitely.
As you go
those for scapegoats. Oh, that'd be amazing. Death by blinding. I think that's everybody.
Okay, great. Well, thanks very much for coming on, and congratulations on getting second place. Hopefully we'll see you again in the future.
I'd love to be on again. Thank you again for having me.
Thanks for watching this episode of Top Deck. If you have any comments or suggestions that you would like to make, leave them in the comment section down below. Check out the description for details of how you can get involved in this series. You can enter by voice interview, or instead you could just send all of your information over Facebook Messenger. Anything like that will be absolutely fine. If you want to see anything in particular from the upcoming series, then be sure to get in touch, and I'll see you guys in the next video.